we are ready to show you all of those crushing hits over and over again. Lots to celebrate in Cardinal Nation, so show us the sign. Closer. Coach Russin happy with what he sees. We always try to bring you the best as we run away from the pack. Sportsnight is next.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sportsnight. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro. We've got actually a quick show.
A very short show. If you didn't pick up on it through the intro, really the only highlights we have are football. It was a short week because of the MEA weekend, so not a lot of teams in action. But, a couple of teams wrapping up the regular season, including the football team. A couple of teams getting ready to start the playoffs this week, including the football team. So we're going to cover what we can and get you ready to be right back into the heart of playoff season.
Playoffs are here already, obviously, and it's a pretty exciting time of year. And you're going to talk about a football team that got a nice seed.
They did. The Cardinals made the long trip to Cottage Grove last Wednesday to finish the regular season against the Park High Wolfpack. The Wolfpack was 3-4, but they'd only scored more than 14 in one game, and they had been shut out the last 2 weeks in a row. It was an opportunity the Cardinals just couldn't let pass. Defense has been the forte of this Cardinal squad all season, and they were chomping at the bit to get after the Wolfpack. Kimmel flushed from the pocket, throws on the run. Ethan Tedrow in position for the interception. Game is scoreless after the first. First play of the second quarter, David Jeebley weaves his way through the defense and sprints for a 26-yard gain into Wolfpack territory. 3rd and 13 now for the Cardinals from the 40-yard line. Doe cocks and fires downfield. He finds Ryan Garlick behind the defense. A 40-yard touchdown puts the Cardinals on the board. And they elect to go for 2. Doe on play action finds Lucky Morange for the 2-point conversion. Coon Rapids has the 8-0 lead early in the second quarter. Defense just dominant all night. Miles Taylor the first to get to Brewer in the backfield. Tedrow and a couple more Cardinals come in to help him finish. Cards' first play of the second half, deep in their own end. Jeebley has the ball punched free, and the Wolfpack is able to swarm on the ball, taking over on the Cardinals' 15. The defense holds, but Park does get on the board. Caden Johnson converts a 25-yard field goal, and it's 8-3 midway through the third. After another Cardinals turnover in their own end, defense takes it right back. Park's Carson Kahn's fighting for extra yards. Ball is forced loose in the scrum. Malik Springer picks up the gift at his feet, and he turns upfield. Offense didn't score again, but they didn't need to. Defense with another great group effort here. They held the Wolfpack to under 100 yards and allowed just 3 first downs in the game. 4th and 1 now for the Cardinals in the final minute. Miles Taylor helps force Jordan Doe forward to the first. They're able to kill the clock from there. An 8-3 win, and great to get that victory. Not the most exciting football game, but a ton of running yards again for both Doe and Jeebley. So on that aspect, very, very good things.
Wasn't the prettiest game, as you said, but and it probably wasn't the kind of tune-up that they wanted before they started sections because they'd get a little bit of a break. But the fact that they got the win was what's important. The defense obviously stepped up just 3 first downs in that entire game led to that offense. And so you're going to get some healthy bodies coming back, hopefully this coming Saturday. And so they should be a little bit different look because now you've got, if you have Jake back at quarterback.
It changes that whole team.
And you're able to put Doe out at your receiver. Correct. All of a sudden, you become even more dynamic.
Just getting him back because you essentially get 2 players back because Jordan gets to go back outside where he's been so strong all season long. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's wrap up the regular season around the league in the Suburban Blue. A look at some of the other scores. Armstrong finished the season undefeated, a 35-14 win over Forest Lake. Hopkins beat up on Iredale 54-13, and Spring Lake Park put up better than a half century against Park Center as well. And Spring Lake Park and Hopkins will both finish, along with the Cardinals, at 4-2 in the section standings. Armstrong undefeated, 6-0, 8-0. Hopkins, Spring Lake Park, both 6-2 overall, 4-2 in the division. Cardinals at 5-3 overall, 4-2 in the division. Forest Lake behind them at 2-4. Iredale 1-5, and the winless Park Center Pirates at the bottom. But the division, or the section, looks like this. It's a 5-team section. Cardinals strong enough with that 5-3 record to secure the number 1 seed. They will host the winner of St. Francis and Cambridge Isani, who play on Tuesday. They play kickoff at 3 o'clock on Saturday at the Cardinal Stadium. Duluth East has to travel to Andover, the number 2 seed, and that game is on Saturday at 1 o'clock, so we should know long before the Cardinals game is over who awaits in the section championship. But very exciting to see them, as nicked up as they were, finish the season, at least get a win over the Wolfpack. I think they really could have, secured that number 1 seed a week earlier with a win over Hopkins, but that wasn't to be. And that would have secured them also the second place in the section. But as we've talked about for the last couple of weeks, most important thing for this team right now is being healthy come Saturday.
Without a doubt, the most important thing is the health. And you look back at that Hopkins game, and I think that's a game that probably got away from them and an opportunity to get a win. And granted, they were beat up, obviously, but they had, I think, the athletes to win that game. Unfortunately, they didn't get the chance to do that. But nonetheless, yeah, I think you're right. They would have sewn up the 1 seed had they beat Hopkins anyway. But now an opportunity to get that 1 seed and get an opportunity to continue their season.
It'll be I'm very hopeful to see who all is able to return. If Van Holzen is able to return, that's the biggest one, just because it's 2 for 1 to get one body back, and really Jordan Doe goes back to his natural position that he was so strong in all season long. But if you can also get Sonny Tao back, or any of the remaining receivers that are sidelined, that'll just make that team so much stronger. Jeebly's looked very good running the football.
He really has.
Very good the last couple of weeks. So I'm very excited to see what happens on Saturday and who is on the sideline for the Cardinals.
Well, the interesting thing is, you look how good their defense is, and it's phenomenal. But the athletes they have on that offense, we didn't even mention the name Ryan Garlick. I mean, with his speed, another player that has an opportunity to stretch the defense.
Yeah, and he just came back
with an elbow injury.
That was definitely an assist to have him back on the field. Yeah, we could keep going, but we won't because we're keeping this short. Volleyball team also wrapped up the regular season last week against Spring Lake Park, and they won in 5 against the Panthers. Just went back and forth. Cardinals winning sets 1, 3, and 5 to get the 5-set victory on the road. Finished with a 13-15 record overall. Michaela Wilbur and Becca Masteller both double-doubles in their kills to digs. But a lot of people putting in big numbers. Look at that. Peyton Shevchuk, 40 digs. Wow. Impressive. 35 assists for Sada Green and 5 blocks for Nicole Post to go along with her 9 kills. Pretty impressive win, and they too have a lot to be excited about their section seeding. A number 8 seed means they get to host round 1 on Tuesday. The winner, of course, has to go see number 1, who is the Wayzata Trojans.
They're good.
Osseo, the number 4 seed, will host Maple Grove in the semifinals. And then Chample Park awaits the winner of Rogers and Cooper. St. Michael Albertville awaits the winner of Buffalo and Park Center. But exciting to get a home playoff game for this team. It's a program that took a huge jump this season, has really improved their record, has really improved their quality of play, and they're being recognized, and they earn a playoff, a home playoff match, and that's exciting. It's really exciting. Winners of 5 in a row, and that brings a lot into this section game because they know they're coming off a nice streak, and they've got an opportunity. They're playing their best volleyball of the season, and this is exactly we talk about it all the time. You want to play your best ball when sections start, and that's what they're doing. Yeah, so they will host Orono. The Spartans coming to town on Tuesday. And, of course, as with all playoffs, we didn't talk about this with the football game on Saturday. We can't broadcast them live anywhere. Nowhere is it going to be live except for at that facility. So be at the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse at 7 o'clock on Tuesday night and be at the Cardinal Stadium at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. You can watch the replays thereafter in cyberspace eternally. I have a lot of people that contact me and said, we love watching Joe Yund. Where can we see him live? And this is your opportunity now. If you want to see live action, you guys come out to the football game, come out to the volleyball contest tomorrow night and Tuesday night, and we'll. Excited. Joe will be there. Very excited for both of those events. Swimming and diving team had their dual meet for the Northwest Suburban Conference tournament last week, and they came up short. against the Rogers Royals, losing 102-84, means they finished 10th in the Northwest Suburban. First place finish for the 200 medley relay team. First place finishes in both the breaststroke and the 100 fly for Megan Schultz. Ella Hacker was first place in the 100 free. She was second in that same 100 fly race, along with Megan Schultz, where they finished 1-2. Ella Smith-Jeanette finished second place in the 200 free. Tamala King, second place in the 50 free. And Emma Schmidt, second place in the 500 free. Josie Ingvaldson was second place off the board with a score of 161.35. Swimming and diving team has a couple of weeks off, and then they will have the section tournament starting on Thursday, the 9th of November. And I'm pretty excited to see that, too, because I'm really pulling for the 200 medley relay team.
Yes, we are, definitely.
I would so love to see them set a record in the 200 medley relay. But excited to see how all of these young ladies do. We're definitely looking for at least one, if not multiples, at state.
Well, Coach Donaldson sent us an email, and he obviously, besides the score, he was pretty happy the way things ended for his squad. Again, continued improvement. Obviously, Megan Schultz doing a phenomenal job this season, and she's not quite done here at Coon Rapids. So, yeah, a lot of exciting things for the swimming program.
I'm excited. I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for 2 or 3, maybe even 4. I think there's at least. I think there are 4 that could have a chance.
I agree.
I'm a homer, but that's
okay.
Cross country team will have their section meet at Anoka on Thursday of this week. They have state a week from Saturday at St. Olaf, and I think this is especially on the boys team.
Yep.
We've been talking about it all year. It's a team that's running really well together. If they're able to pick up their pace, it'd be so exciting to see them. One or multiples make it to state. If they're able to do so, and they've been driving each other all season long, and that's definitely within reason to think that a couple of the top guys might actually make it.
Yeah, with the girls, they don't have quite the numbers, obviously, but they've been improving, every week. So that's good to see as well.
But that is all we have for you this week on Sports Night. We've got at least one more playoff edition of Fall Sports Night coming up for you next week. We hope that it will stretch a couple more weeks beyond that. There's a look at the playoffs we have coming up for you here on CTN this week. It is number 8 Coon Rapids hosting number 9 Osseo in the volleyball play-in game on Tuesday the 22nd. And then on Saturday, the number 1 seeded Coon Rapids Cardinals will host either number 4 St. Francis or number 5 Cambridge Isani. And we hope to have that premiering here for you by 8. Let's push it. We want to have it on here by 8,
right.
Not wait till midnight. And then we hope to have more playoff action for you beyond that. The championship for the section could also be at Cardinal Stadium on November 1st. But that's going to do it for this edition of Sports Night. We want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young saying good night.